In 2026, the rules of how to become a successful video editor have changed. It's no longer the same path that it was 3 years ago, and that's why today we are going to be talking about how I would learn video editing from scratch if I started out as a beginner. Now, in the past, I've made multi six figures from video editing as a career, and I've taught hundreds of video editors how to make it their full-time job. If I had to start video editing over from scratch in 2026, I would do things completely differently than most people think. And the truth is, the rules of the game have completely changed, and in this video, I'm going to lay out the roadmap to you to become a successful editor in today's day and age, and give you some contrarian takes that basically no one is talking about. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So the first point that I want to make is that you want to focus on one video editing platform and then absolutely master it. And ideally, it should be something that gives you a lot of flexibility. A lot of people are using DaVinci Resolve right now, and also a lot of people are using Premiere Pro and After Effects, but either ways, whichever platform you choose, it's important that you don't keep platform switching, because that's the slowest way to actually improve in your skills. You want to choose one of the advanced editing softwares that is going to give you complete flexibility over what you create, and then actually stick to it for over a year so you can truly master it. What a lot of people do is they start editing in CapCut, then they switch over to Premiere Pro, then they switch over to DaVinci Resolve, and essentially they don't end up mastering any of the platforms truly. They just build these half-built bridges, and that is one of the slowest ways to really advance. So you want to pick one platform that is going to enable you to edit at the level where you want to get to, and then just stick to it. That's the fastest way to grow. And then the second point is that you want to study viral video editors, not just any editor when it comes to learning. You want to learn from people whose work is actively doing crazy numbers, because at the end of the day, whenever you are selling video editing as a service, you're not actually selling videos, you are selling marketing to clients, right? The reason why someone would pay you to edit their video and make it look better and more interesting than it was in the first place is so that they can reach more people with that piece of content, generate more eyeballs, more impressions for their business, and then be able to sell more of their products or services. So whichever direction you want to go in, whether you want to be a master at short form editing or you want to be amazing at long form editing, it doesn't really matter. You just need to pick one direction to start with, whether it's long form or short form. Even in that, try to be even more specific and really cater towards one specific niche. Let's say if it's real estate agents, then study who are the most viral editors in the real estate agent space, or in general the real estate space when it comes to editing, and study all of their content that's performing the best. What are the best transitions that they do, what kind of music do they use for their editing, and so on, and really lock in on that. And the best thing you can do, in my opinion, is to also find editors who are really leveraging AI when it comes to their videos, because nowadays every industry is using AI, and those people who can leverage it the best, they are going to be the one getting the best clients, because obviously from a client's perspective, they want to work with someone who is up to date with the latest trends and can create the coolest looking transitions, animations, and just overall make the best videos, right? It's obviously important that you're not just doing effects for the sake of it, but to make the viewer's experience even better. But if you can find editors in your niche that you are trying to target who are also using AI and are getting amazing results with it, then that's even better. If you can learn how to leverage those tools, that's going to give you an extra edge over just all the general video editors. So far we've talked about picking one specific software and really diving deep into that. We've also talked about picking one kind of format of videos and focusing in on it, and even niching down more than that, trying to go all in on a specific industry and trying to study other editors who are also leveraging AI in their production process. And that actually brings me on to the sponsor of this video, Artlist. It ties perfectly into what we were talking about, because the best editors are using tools that other people don't even know exist. Look, we've all been there. You spend 6 hours on making an edit that a pro could knock out in 30 minutes with the right tools. This is ByteDance's new AI toolkit, which is going to literally transform you into an AI director. You can control every element with universal tagging. Just type @image1 for your first image, reference video 1 for camera movement, and it's literally like having a full production suite. in a single prompt. And here's the crazy part, you can integrate up to 12 different assets in one video generation. Plus, it automatically generates sound effects and music that matches your video's pacing. I've been testing out this tool for a bit and it's cutting my editing time in half. The cinematic things that you can achieve with this is something that I've never seen with any AI tool yet. If you want to stay competitive in 2026, you need to check this out. Go to Artlist right now and check out Seedance 2.0. The link is in the description. Trust me, your future self will thank you for this. Alright, now back to the roadmap, because even with these amazing AI tools, you need to still have the fundamentals right. My third point is to join amazing editing communities. One of the fastest way to actually improve and learn as a video editor is to actually not only learn from other people, but get feedback on your work. Especially try to go for communities which are AI forward communities, meaning that they are discussing the latest tools and innovations every single month. The reason why it's so important to be surrounded by other editors as well is because the faster your feedback loops are between you trying something out and making something and getting feedback on it, also the faster that you will improve as an editor. In terms of communities for 2026, there is obviously a bunch of Discord servers out there that you could be using, platform specific groups as well, like short form editing groups and long form editing groups. Even Reddit communities are actually really amazing for getting new information, or if your budget allows, you can also join one of the better paid editing communities out there. It's going to be a worthwhile investment as long as the person who's teaching it is actually really good at what they do. So try to be surrounded by other editors as well and get feedback on your work from outside perspectives, because oftentimes when you keep looking at your own edit for very long, you won't notice specific flaws that it has, or it's hard to get a new perspective. But if you have other people commenting on it as well, it's so much easier to actually find out what you need to do differently to take your editing to the next level. Alright, the fourth thing I want to talk about is the 30-7-1 consistency rule. Here's something that I wish someone told me over 7 years ago when I first got started with editing. Editing for 6 hours once a week is actually worse than editing 30 minutes every single day. Your brain needs constant exposure to pattern recognition, and this is the secret that separates pros from hobbyists. Here's how the 30-7-1 system actually works. You want to be practicing editing daily for at least 30 minutes. This is a non-negotiable. 7 days a week, no exceptions, even if it's just watching tutorials, and you want to have one project completed every single week, even if it's imperfect. Now, the reason why this works in 2026 is because AI tools and editing softwares require muscle and brain memory to use efficiently, and your eye for video editing improves through repetition and not cramming. And my fifth and final point is to monetize early but realistically. In 2026, the barrier to entry video editing is actually lower than ever, but the competition is also higher than ever. So what you need is a strategic approach. Here's the timeline expectation that, from my opinion, is realistic. So month 1 to 2, you want to purely focus on improving your editing skills. You want to ship as many videos as possible, practice as much as humanly possible, and literally just do something every single day, whether it's learning from tutorials or editing. In the month 3, you want to build up a portfolio. You can even make free videos for people in your niche and make sure that they are getting better and better with every single video that you deliver. And then month 4, 5, you can actually start reaching out to clients and charging money for it. At first, it's going to be smaller gigs, but at least you are making something back. And then from there onwards, you can actually start shooting for the bigger clients once your portfolio and your skills are in a really good place, and start charging 1 to 2K a month even for your editing services. It's really important though at that point that you have an ROI driven approach, so you're not just selling editing, but an outcome that you are delivering to your clients with those videos that you produce for them. And don't skip building your portfolio for easy or quick money. It's really important that you get some amazing pieces of work that you can actually show to serious potential clients. And the last thing is, you definitely don't want to ignore the actual business side. You need to learn actual skills in sales and in business as a whole to be able to make a lot of money from this. I see too many editors out there who are insanely skilled, but they don't know how to approach clients properly or how to negotiate, and they end up making less than people with half of their skills. So I hope you enjoyed this video. These were just my thoughts on the 2026 editing landscape and what are some of the main things that you should be focusing on if you want to see success in today's day and age. Again, make sure to check out Artlist in the description down below. It's an absolutely mind-blowing platform, and Seedence's new tool is absolutely crazy. So you want to take advantage of it to get ahead of other video editors, and I will see you guys in the next one.